Hello, second graders. Welcome to day 16 of virtual school. For today's language arts lesson, we are going to be learning about point of view. Before you can do this lesson, make sure that you read on one wheel. First of all, what is point of view? In stories, characters have different thoughts and they have different feelings. Rarely are you going to read a story where the characters have the exact same thoughts and exact same feelings. So this means that characters have different points of view. And a lot of the times when these characters have different thoughts and feelings, that leads to conflict. So a lot of the times these characters are going to have some disagreement. So now let's try. We're going to use examples with two very popular Disney movies, and that is Finding Nemo and Frozen 2. In Finding Nemo, our two main characters are Marlin, the clownfish father, and Nemo, the son. So what is it that Nemo thinks and feels, and what is it that Marlin thinks and feels? So Nemo thinks, Dad, I can do things on my own. Just because I have a little fin doesn't mean that I can't be independent, right? That's what he feels and thinks. And Marlin, he thinks that the ocean is a dangerous place, and he doesn't think that Nemo is old enough to do things on his own. So he's scared for his son. That's what he feels and that's what he thinks, correct? In Frozen 2, we also have Anna and Elsa that have different points of view. Elsa wants to go exploring, right? She wants to go into the unknown. She wants to solve mysteries, right? And Anna, she just wants Elsa to be safe, and she doesn't want her to go anywhere. She's kind of scared for her sister. That's very similar to Finding Nemo, okay? So this is how they have different points of view. So now that we know point of view a little bit better, now we're going to think about the story on one wheel. In one wheel, we have two important characters. We have Casey and we have Martha. Okay, so I want you to think back into the story. And what is it that Casey thinks? What is it that Casey feels? And remember, Casey is the character that at the beginning of the story, she's not very good at dodgeball, but we find out that she has a very good talent, right? So what is it that she thinks and what is it that she feels? That's your first question. Now the other character is Martha. And Martha is that character that made fun of Casey for not being good at dodgeball, remember? So what is it that Martha thinks? And what is it that Martha feels? Once you figure that out, then you figured out the point of view, okay? Okay, so now that we talked about point of view, I also want to talk to you about the central message, or what is it the lesson learned? What did these characters learn? Okay, so on one wheel, what is it that Casey learned? Okay, Casey learned something very important in her experience here. What is that? And Martha, she also learned a very important lesson. So think back on the story. What do you think is the lesson that Martha learned? Okay, so those are the questions that you need to answer for today's activity. So please let your teacher know if you have any questions. And I hope that you have a lot of fun with this activity. Bye, second grade.